and this video today we have 10 sports anime that I definitely know you're gonna watch and you'll love.
Sports anime, I swear, is so underrated. They have so many bangers, so many good shows, and we're gonna throw a top 10 at you guys. Not in any particular order, but we're gonna hit you up with some fire, and so definitely check some of these out if you got the chance.
Yeah, make sure you do us a favor and subscribe, because we're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. You know,
Big
shoot for the moon,
moves.
we'll be among the stars, and make sure you leave a like too, because y'all can do that. They're both free. So enjoy the video.
Doses.
First anime I'm recommending you, just you need to watch. That's a sports anime. It's a Megalo Box. It's like a kind of futuristic but western cowboy-ish type of vibe to the anime. I know that sounds crazy to say, but like it just mixed it together and they did a great job with it. Basically, it's futuristic because basically it's a boxing anime, and the boxers got like robotic accessories they add so that when they punch, it hurts more. And the main character, Gearless Joe, says he's about that lifestyle of just fighting with no gear. Hence the name Gearless Joe. He goes out and starts whooping people's ass who has gear, gets the name, and it's just a great experience to watch him as he's whooping people with no gear. In each episode, you start to love the character. And in season 2, it goes to a different route, but once again, it's still interesting. It does a great job with flushing out the main character and great side characters. Once again, it'd be very fulfilling and wonderful story to watch, and also give you that hinge to learn how to box and be like Gearless Joe.
Alright, gang, I'm gonna hit you out with the next one. This one's called One Out, and this is essentially about a guy who played this game called One Out, and it's kind of like a runoff game of baseball where it's just a pitcher versus a batter. You have the same count, same rules, but essentially it's just a one-on-one type of game, and whoever, the batter, if he hits, he gets the score, and if the pitcher, he gets the score if he strikes him out. And essentially, he's super talented, and he eventually gets recruited by the worst team. And essentially, he has this contract where if anybody hits the ball, he's fired and he loses his job and all the money that he's given. But if he gets outs every single time, he gets a shit ton of money. And basically, it's about this guy who is confronted with a lot of situations where normally they shouldn't be able to do it, but given his experience in the one outs, the 1 versus 1, he's able to like draw on his experiences and kind of bring that to the sport of baseball. And I think this anime does a really good job about taking up a different route of like, you know, your generic like kind of like family friendly type of sports anime. This one takes a more serious tone, so there's really interesting side characters and tons of different like twisted plots, and it's way different than what you'd expect. So I would definitely give that one a try if you have the chance. It's called One Out, so definitely peek at it.
The next one I'm putting on the list, Kuroko No Basket, is one of the best sports anime all time. And if you are an athlete, I beg you, watch Kuroko No Basket. This is one of those must-watch anime, especially if you're a sports fan. It just introduces new concept. For one, playing with teammates. You have to know how to play with a team. No matter what sport, you have teammates, and you have to learn how to become a part of that team and build camaraderie. The zone,
coolest concept in sports anime.
Concept ever, but it's
crazy.
It's the truest form. Only the select few can learn how to get to that level. And if you want to be a top-notch athlete, Kuroko No Basket explains what the zone is perfectly. And on top of that, the characters are all different and unique, have their own philosophies. Each of the characters, the generation of miracles that you'll meet throughout the show, even the team that the main character plays on, they're all interesting, different, have their own philosophies on how basketball should be played. It's a wonderful anime to watch. Each and every episode, as you're going from season to season, gets you hyped up, even all the way to the end. Even the movie. Listen, it's one of the best sports animes to watch, and I believe it's a must-watch if you're an athlete that seriously takes your sport like dead ass. You want to go to that next level. Kuroko No Basket, watch that video.
Alright guys, I'm gonna hit you guys with the next one. This one's called Slam Dunk, and this one's a little bit more toned down than Kuroko's basketball. There isn't all these crazy moves, crazy different types of abilities and stuff like that, but this is more of a raw game of basketball, and it's about this delinquent who basically falls in love with the manager of the basketball team. Well, unfortunately, she likes the star of the basketball team, and he's kind of comparing himself to him constantly throughout the whole show. And he's super athletic, super strong, and he kind of takes that and puts it into basketball, and it shows like a real coming of age story where it takes someone who was a delinquent in a bad spot and it kind of shows how sports can kind of point you in the right direction and kind of can and make you feel better about your life and everything that goes around like that. So Slam Dunk is definitely one you guys should try out. It's definitely got some older animation. I know we talked about this in the remakes. You guys should give that a try. It's one of our old videos, but it's got older animation, but the story's there, the plot's there, the characters are interesting. So, I mean, just give it a try. I mean, it's worth your time.
Next one on the list,
Another one?
Hajime No Ippo. Obviously, another boxing anime. It's a different story. It's way more serious. It takes the more traditional boxing route. Wonderful anime to watch. Listen, you want to get into boxing, you like the traditional type of boxing style, then definitely watch Hajime No Ippo. Classic story. And it's a great watch overall. And plus has the most iconic, most satisfying haymakers ever, man. Like when they punch somebody, you know that they're getting CTE and liver damage every time.
No way.
Let's go to the next one.
Alright, I'm gonna hit you up with something underrated. I don't know if we've ever talked about this anime before, but it's called Major. This has actually so many episodes, and I've never really heard about this one talked about too much. But it starts off when he's really young, and throughout the seasons he progresses older and older and older. But even as kids, the way they pace the story, the way they make you feel for all the characters and everything that's going on. You want to root for the main character, and everything about it is just a feel-good type of show, and you just kind of get locked in. And then from there you go from a season to season, and it just gets better from there. It shows a lot of growth, and it shows a lot of, like he said earlier, where real life can affect you in anything. So these bad circumstances, once again, they could turn it around and put their energy in something positive, something worth their time. And Major is a great underrated show, and the pacing in it, it's just the plot is all there, and it's really good. So if you're looking for something to chill and watch and something you can enjoy, that one's definitely the one to go. It's another baseball anime, but this one's definitely got its own twist to it too.
Next one on this list, obviously, I'm gonna put out another GOAT of sports anime, and that is none other than Hiakyuu. It's an excellent anime to watch. Once again, one another of the team building animes, and it does a great job at really emphasizing teamwork and coordination and learning how to really work well together, because that's some real life shit. You gotta know how to work well together, even if you don't initially really like the person you're working with. And sometimes your enemies can be the people you work with best, and Hiakyuu definitely displays that really well. As each episode goes on, you start really loving just the whole group, even the antagonists of the story.
Yeah.
They all have their reasons why they're dedicated to this. And yeah, they may not be able to go in the zone and shit like that, but there's moments where you all together as a team have that hyper focus, all able to link together and come together as a unit to really accomplish your goals. And this is the main thing about Hiakyuu. It's about coming together as a team, and that's the team camaraderie really is really there, and you just love it. Each and every moment of it. When something good happens, you're hyped up.
The animation is there, and the subtle things they add in are just icing on the top, bro. That show is peak.
It's a beautiful show, wonderful to watch. This is definitely one of the must watch, I have to say. Definitely check that one out.
This is one of the fire on the list, yo. Alright, and I'm gonna guys do the second one. Alright, I'm gonna hit you guys up with the next one here. This one's another underrated one for me, and this one's called Baby Steps. Once again, I don't hear a lot about this anime, but once again, it's about a kid who's very intellectual, and he takes his studies very seriously. And it kind of just shows that no matter what you think of yourself, if you put in the time, if you put in the effort, and if you're really interested in something, you can make something out of it. You can become great at anything. It's just the time you put in, the effort you put in. And this kid is, once again, how I mentioned earlier, he's extremely smart, and he takes that and applies it to tennis, and he kind of has his own way of doing it, and everyone sees that as awkward or weird, but he turns that and doesn't care what people say and uses that, and he becomes one of the best players, and he becomes eventually, and he aims to be a pro player. So this is another one. It's a little different because there's not many sports anime about tennis, and I think this one is a really good one. It also has a hint of romance in it as well, if you're interested in stuff like that. But the animation's there. It has a couple seasons, so if you want some episodes to watch, that's also another additional part of that, which is good. So definitely check it out. Baby Steps.
Now, my personal, I think, will be the best of all sports anime.
We already know.
Blue Lock. Look, if you are an athlete, once again, I'm gonna say this again. If you are an athlete you watch anime, this one is a must watch. If you want to know how to get to the next level, if you want to understand like being like how the Kobe mindset, like dead ass, watch Blue Lock. They talk about having an ego being a good thing, and in society we make being an egoist or being egotistical is a bad thing.
It has
and
such a
Blue
negative
Lock,
connotation. So
Blue Lock, they make it 100% a positive thing. Be an ego, want to score, want to be selfish. I'm not gonna say not selfish, but more wanting the desire to score and be the dominant figure. Learning how to make those fluky plays or those amazing 1 in a million plays a consistent thing. This each and every episode talks about like literally evolutionizing your game each and every time. Every time you step on, you should be trying to make yourself better, no matter who it is. Even if the person is better than you, even if you're losing 100-1, you should have the philosophy that you score the next one and to be the best on the field, regardless if it's true or not. And I believe this definitely helped me personally with my own sports activity when I was wrestling. This having desire to win and making sure that's the only thing that mattered. I'm telling you, Blue Lock, for athletes that want to take that shit serious, you want to be at the top of your game, watch that bitch, bro. I'm kid you not, that would change your whole mindset.
Alright guys, I'm gonna hit you up with Yowamushi Petal. Basically, it's about this young awkward kid who basically drives his mommy bike to Akiba, which is a place in Japan where you can see figurines, and basically he's an awkward kid, and this is a place where he's always going, he's feeling comfort. But essentially, this guy that is part of the biking club at school sees him go up the crazy hill that they have at school on his mommy's bike. No gears, no nothing, it just shoots up that hill. And he's on his mountain bike, and he's sitting there like, he sees this guy shooting up the hill. He's like, and he kind of goes up to him and questions him, and he kind of explains what he does. And it kind of takes this young awkward kid, and when he's involved into sports, he kind of evolves more and more as a person. And the more the show goes on, the more outgoing he is, the more he comes out of his shell. And not only is it a great, interesting sports anime, but it also involves team and once again, the camaraderie between all the characters and the antagonists. And basically, it's an uplifting show, and it kind of shows how much a sport can really do for you and how much it can change your life just by giving it a shot. You know, it just kind of shows that the people who are sitting back and kind of not wanting to do something just because they don't think they can do it, this just shows that no matter what you put your mind to, you can do. And this is another great show you guys should check out. It's definitely got a couple seasons, some decent animation, and it's got a great story. So check it out.
Well, that's the end of the video. Really, these sports animes is really all about like going out there, doing your best, and like regardless of whether you're good or not at the shit, if you have a desire to go ahead and do something, go and do it. Regardless of the situation that ahead of you, it's a lot of these sports anime you could apply to life. And I think sports in general is something that's great to help you deal with life adversities. Definitely helped me throughout my time on this earth, even though I'm young. Overall, I think these sports anime can definitely change your life, and you'll enjoy watching them regardless too. So make sure you leave a like if you watch any of these animes. Let us know down below, and keep watching MC Podcast videos.
Yep.
Stay meta culture.
Hell yeah.